Hello everybody, welcome back to a booster pack unboxing. This is an exciting one that I'm doing here, courtesy of my fiance, as a goodbye gift. Well, not as a goodbye gift. Yeah, I mean as a goodbye gift. She went back to California, so long distance. All right, this is one of my favorite sets here. This is Unleashed. Yeah. Sorry, Universe. Unleashed is the other one. This is Universe. Universe was one of the first sets to go all in on EU characters. They don't really display them on the box here. But it had Vong, it had New Republic, all sorts of Imperials. It's where the game got super exciting for me at that point, because it was kind of a whole new dimension, adding characters from comic books and video games and novels. So I have a lot of fond memories of Universe. The packs were more expensive, of course. They were huge. They introduced the huge characters too. Which I think a lot of people remember it for introducing the huges, but for me it was more exciting to have the expanded universe character. And of course there were some huges from the expanded universe, like the X1 Viper droid. Let's crack it open. Oh boy, the top just opened right up. It's old here. Look at this. All right, here we go. We have old advertisement. Oh, we have cards. We have, here we go. We'll do the huge first. This is an Acklay. Wow. This is kind of exciting for me because although I have many Acklays, a lot of them are, all of them are broken. All my Acklays are broken. Some of them broke over the years. Some of them came out of the box broken, because I'll open here and give you a little demonstration of why the Acklays are, all my Acklays are broken. It's because Wizards put them on their bases with the most tenuous little feetsies and claw here, and oh my god, if you put them in boxes, you put them, you're not careful, Acklays broke so easily. When I was a kid, I had no idea. So this is crazy to actually get a fully no leg broken Acklay out of the box. I'm gonna treasure this guy. This is very exciting. It's almost surreal. I don't even remember what they looked like attached to the base with their legs not messed up. All right. We got Tauntaun Luke. Yeah. Tauntaun Luke, very cool. He's a good piece. Not a great piece, but I like him. We'll talk about the cards. We'll get to those. Oh god. Dropped somebody on the floor already. Alright, let's see. We have Battle Droid. Super Battle Droid. Oh, yeah, baby. Dark Trooper Phase 3. This guy is one of my favorite sculpts. I have one. I've always wanted more because they are really cool. This was the first Dark Trooper they put in the game. They put the Phase 2 and the Phase 1 in. But this guy is the Phase 3 with missiles. I really like him. And then we have down here Clone Trooper. And one of my favorite pieces, the New Republic Commander. He has a great sculpt. I've always liked his sculpt. I like the design that they gave the New Republic in this miniatures game, because you know the New Republic troops were only kind of loosely defined what you imagined they'd look like based on comics, and they made them kind of look Endor-y, but with these big green cloaks and the helmets. But I don't mind it. I always thought that was a cool design. And I really like the New Republic Commander. Let's talk about the cards. Oh, sorry. There's a Gonk droid in here, too. Good old Gonk. Who doesn't love a Gonk droid, right? Okay, so... Super Battle Droid, fairly standard. Same stats as the old Super Battle Droid. But this is one of my favorite Super Battle Droid poses, I'll say. Luke on Tauntaun. So he's got lightsaber plus 10, speed 8. Use the Force 3, not great. But you know, I don't really play him for the Use the Force. I suppose that he's been surpassed by other Lukes, but I don't hate this guy as much as some other people do, because I do like the speed 8 lightsaber stuff. I think you give him some commander effects, and he can go out and do some damage. Use the Force is like kind of terrible on him because a critical hit just modifies the base damage. All right, I'm walking it back. This guy's not very good. I used to like him though. I have a lot of fond memories of playing with him because he was speed 8 was very exciting, I think, and lightsaber plus 10 was cool. So like textually to the character in the movie, I don't think he's that bad. I mean, 60 hit points is okay. I think for his time period, he wasn't terrible. He's pretty bad now, but he's like definitely better than the other Lukes that existed when this came out, I think. Because Luke Rebel and Luke Jedi Knight are both not very good. He's definitely better than Luke Rebel by like a mile. So I remember him being better because he was all right for when he came out. But now looking at him, he doesn't stand up clearly. But for the time, I had a lot of fun with him. I also think that a lot of us back then, at least I and my friends, didn't realize that critical hits don't modify the whole total damage and just the base damage. So we used to play that this guy got his lightsaber effects damage, so it was 40. But now I know that critical only doubles the base, so it's like it's not a lot of damage. Like, why? Still, I remember having a lot of fun with him. I don't hate this guy, and I think the sculpt is pretty neat. Luke on the Tauntaun with looking at his macro binoculars. I like the piece for its time. Let's see. Clone Trooper. Yep, he's a Clone Trooper. Sculpt is decent. But he's a Clone Trooper. The Gonk is an interesting one. Power coupling gives a small or medium ally who doesn't have melee attack extra attack. And that's kind of neat. It was very neat for the time because extra attack wasn't... I think he was the first one to have extra attack. So, like, if he's standing next to someone, he can give them a blaster ally another attack, which is really good with certain characters. But if he is defeated, he blows up, self-destruct 20. And he moves speed 2. So, not an amazing piece, but kind of a fun gimmick piece for his time, I think, to help some shooters really go a lot further. I don't know. Not a great piece, but I think for the Universe era, I think it was fun to boost some people. And then have the risk reward of it exploding on you. The New Rep Commander, I think, is still all right. He's kind of expensive for what he does, but I think he's decent. He has Careful Shot and Deadeye, and he gives his trooper followers Careful Shot. They have his troopers, Republic troopers, all have double attack or advantageous cover. The ones that came in this set had advantageous. So they're going to be hanging out already. They're not like they're very mobile. So Careful Shot is fairly useful for them. I have always liked Careful Shot as an ability. I think it's kind of nice. So this guy does 30 if he doesn't, with Deadeye. Plus 14 and 30 if he doesn't move. His health is pretty low for a commander that costs 19. I think he should be a little cheaper. 19 is pretty expensive for a commander of his point cost, but I don't think he's terrible. I definitely liked him back in the day when I played a lot of New Republic, but I wouldn't really use Troopers as New Republic now. But back when New Republic was like 4 people, you know, it was, and a lot of commanders weren't as good as they are today. I don't think he was that bad. I still think he's a decent piece if I were to run a New Republic squad that was Trooper for some reason. I think he'd be fun. I've always liked this guy. I've had a soft spot for him. The Dark Trooper Phase 3, fairly straightforward. I like this guy a lot. 80 hit points, 17 defense, 10 attack, 20 damage, 25 points. He's a droid with missiles 20. You know, on the surface that might not seem great, but I think that missiles 20 is a very fun ability, and he's got a good amount of hit points to tank it up and a high defense. So while you might want him to have a few more abilities for 25 point cost, I think he's kind of good. Droid stinks a little bit, because the Imperials don't have any great droid commanders, or any real droid commanders, but I think if you pull this guy into like separatist squads, through a variety of different routes, or if you get him in a Chasm Paratus thing, he can be pretty fun. I like this guy. And I like him with Imperial squads too. I mean, just like Missiles 20 is a great ability. I mean, replace attack sight 20 damage to each character adjacent to the target and the target. Missiles 20 is great. It's a lot of fun. It really scares people into not grouping up. And then finally the Acklay. Oh, what a delight, the Acklay. Let's read this incredible card. 130 hit points. Damage reduction 10. So basically 260 hit points almost, unless you're lightsabering this guy. Triple attack, melee reach 2, cleave, kind of a low defense at 15, but 20 damage plus 8 attack. I mean, savage, sure, and 50 points, sure, but oh my god, he is a literal beast. This dude stands in the center of a bunch of people and just smashes. He is unpleasant to kill with all of his health, and if you can get that savage off of him, oh my god. Which is not that hard to do, honestly. There are so many great squads to put this guy in. I love the Acklay. I'm so excited to have one that is intact. Oh man, that's probably the biggest win out of this booster pack. I mean, you know, it should, the biggest win out of a huge booster pack should be the huge. This is probably the biggest win that I've ever had for a piece that I already have, just because, oh my god, am I so happy to have one. I'm never putting this guy in a box. He's standing on my shelf back there with all my other huges that are not in a box, that are too dangerous to put in boxes. He's going on that shelf. Oh, what a beauty. I love what I've got here. This is very exciting. The rare could be better, but I'm so happy to have another Dark Trooper Phase 3. These guys are great, in my opinion. They're a lot of fun. A working Acklay, very cool. And New Republic Commanders are just kind of neat. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Universe booster unboxing. Again, stuff like the Dark Trooper from the Dark Forces games and the New Republic Commander were so exciting and cool to get in the universe, because it was a whole new dimension of Star Wars being represented in this game that felt like it really changed how I experienced it. It was beyond the movies now. It was something else entirely. They really opened it, and I think doing that really contributed to the longevity of the game and why the game is still so beloved today, because it represents so many of our favorite characters from that EU era that is now long gone, but not forgotten. So, Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope that the Force will always be with you.